What's up, everybody? Welcome to the news break. Don Grimm, Mr. Brooks. What the fuck's up?
Yeah. Wow, that was energetic. Love that shit. So yeah, this is the news break, like that fucker just said. And this time around, we're going to be discussing the media, mainstream media. Dun, dun, dun. I love that shit.
Devil shit. We're going to be discussing Satanism in the fucking workplace, at the media stations and the outlets, and how they are censoring our information. They are limiting our brain power. It's nothing new. I'm pretty sure this is the way the media has always functioned. It's probably the main reason for the invention of it. Is when it was first invented, and some little dude was fucking little sniveling brainy smurf type of cocksucker was in the office being the assistant of some douchebag that controls all the information, and he's got like all the money like Scrooge and just dives in coins like that wouldn't break your fucking neck. They just dive like splash. It would kill you. Don't try it at home. But
yes,
that guy would go around, getting all this information. It's basically a little snitch rat bastard, you know what I'm saying? And then, this king or the man, whatever the fucking boss is, eventually like, damn, I can, everybody comes to us to find out what's going on because we know all the fucking lowdown, and we can just make up what we want. And it's like that media was born, and we can just be like, damn, I can have everybody in that one section of my kingdom freak the fuck out. Watch this. You think I'm tripping? Watch this. That side is facing the ocean. We'll make up fucking, some random act of God. There's a typhoon coming. Look at them. Look at them. They're buying up all the fucking milk. My brother has a stock in all the cows. We're fucking balling. They're buying all the milk because I said there's a fucking flood and there's literally no water.
Right.
And it's fucking movement was born, and we've been fucking bullshitted ever since. So welcome to the show.
It is manipulation, and it's been around for a long time. You're right. I mean, hell, even JFK gave his shadow government speech, and a lot of people that have heard that speech don't realize it was just one part of a much larger speech where he was addressing the, I guess you could say, the responsibilities of the media to report appropriately and accurately, and also another thing was he was trying to get them to understand the difference between what is secret for national security purposes and what is secret just because they have nefarious purposes. The shit that's evil needs to be put out there because it's fucking evil. People need to know. But the national security shit needs to be suppressed, and he was trying to get them to understand the difference. But the shadow government part of that speech, where he was talking about secret societies and the people behind closed doors and their intentions and all that crap, he was literally talking about what's going on today. Even back then, this is why he was taken out. And people can say, well, no, it was just the dude was crazy. He had a rifle. It just happened to be there. No. People don't, no, sorry. That's I'm not going to buy that bullshit.
Official story people are the same as a fucking flat earther. Like, you know what I'm saying? They belong in this box full of fucking morons that don't have any business talking. And aside from that, you're the fucking reason that nobody believes anything is because the news people, the media who we're talking about, they're smart. The way they run the fucking media is very smart. It's very manipulative on a whole new level because it's like they know how to fuck us up in all different ways. And what I'm getting at is whenever it is time to talk about any kind of conspiracy or fucking some sort of betrayal or what do you call it, fucking scandal, a lie, whatever. They go and find somebody that looks like a fucking moron. You know what I mean? And they get him out there, and he's like, man, I'm telling you, there was fucking lightning was shooting down out of the thing. And it's like, we're just asking about a damn marital affair. What are you talking about? And he's like, nah, man, it was fucking aliens. And you're like, see, that's what happens when you talk to people that believe 9/11 was fake. And then they discredit you, and you got it takes you 5 or 6 years to actually build your reputation back up enough to even get one of the fucking truth soldiers on a show. And then you go in there and they're like, Johnny Depp was at a thing. Oh, you think Johnny Depp is responsible for 9/11? Get this guy off my show, man. What are you nuts? And they look at the camera
Well,
directly and be like, "Look, people, look. This is the kind of stuff we have to deal with. You know, the
well, see,
Muslims did it for a while. Then it became you can't talk about Muslims."
another thing to point out is even when you do have somebody like, for example, I liked watching Alex Jones for a long time. I mean, granted, sometimes he went off on things that I wasn't too sure about, but I mean, there was a lot of stuff that he would present, solid facts about, and I'd be like, okay, this dude's on his shit on this one. But see, what they would do is they would get to him and they would antagonize him so badly that, I mean, any normal human being, I don't care how fucking cool and calm you are, you could be the Dalai Lama, and if motherfuckers antagonize you that bad, the Dalai Lama is going to kick your fucking Adam's apple into the back of your fucking throat. That's how bad they do these people. And then when he finally reacts as a normal human being does, when antagonized that badly, they go and take this fucking clip of him flipping on them like, you fucking stupid sons of bitches, leave me the fucking. They take the clip and then they don't show anything else that they did to antagonize him, push him that far. They don't show any involvement of theirs at all, but they just show this fucking video of him freaking the fuck out and saying, "See, he's a madman. He's a psycho. He's off the deep end. We can't listen to this man. And anybody who listens to him is just a brainwashed cult following sack of tinfoil hat wearing shit." But that's how they do it. They spin everything, like the whole very fine people on both sides shit. They took that and they spun it because Trump, did say that, of course, but they left out the rest of it. Where another reporter asked him, "Are you saying that white nationalists and neo Nazis are very fine people?" And he said, "No. That's not what I'm saying. I believe that people that the white nationalists and neo Nazis are horrible people, that they should be condemned. Racism like that should be condemned." And it was well, what did you mean by that then? He said, "Well, I was there the day before when the people that were there were protesting peacefully and they had permits to do so, and all they were doing was protesting a statue being taken down. Regardless of why they wanted the statue to be left up, doesn't matter, because they were doing it peacefully with a permit, not bothering anybody." And then they were attacked by some people that wanted that statue down. So the fact that he said very fine people on both sides, he wasn't talking about the neo-Nazis and white nationalists. He was talking about the people that were there initially at that location protesting that statue being taken down. But they don't show you that. They leave that part out. And then they just automatically headline it, "Trump says white nationalists and neo-Nazis are very fine people." And I'm like, what? No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
But that's the thing,
morons.
because they know how we work and they know how the brain works, and they know a lot more than we give the media credit for, or I should say the people that control the media. But I mean, some of the people on there are just people like Chris Cuomo and Don Lemon. I mean, they should be in a lot of trouble, man. The misinformation, it's not just. It'd be one thing if you had some sort of disclaimer and go, "These are our opinions." They don't. They say it as if it's factual, and they don't say it. I shouldn't even say it that way. It's not as if it's factual. They actually tell you that it's factual. This is exactly what took place, and that's not. And it's never the case.
Based on that right there, when anybody makes a claim, like, okay, for example, when the shit was all over the news about Trump saying that the election was stolen, we all know it was, except for the people on that side, because every time you would look at one of their news broadcasts, they would say there's absolutely no evidence at all.
Baseless claims.
Yeah, baseless claims. Just lies. Now, that's what they're feeding their people that are watching that. But on other news outlets, we actually have video proof from the live feed of the election night, where we actually saw numbers being switched, unedited videos of the numbers being switched back and forth between, from Trump's numbers over to Biden's. The Trump was ahead, and all of a sudden, bam, Biden's ahead. But by the exact same, it's just, we see this shit. We saw in Georgia when they had the hearings, these expert, renowned data analysts showed and proved beyond a shadow of a doubt, right in front of everybody on live TV, that the shit was tampered with. They also showed when and where and how. And one of the things that was the most interesting, that was like completely undeniable, when they showed this timeline of the data that was given to them to look into, there was points at which the votes were negative, meaning that votes are being added and added and added on both
Right.
sides, and there is no negative vote. I'm voting to take away this vote. No, there is not.
Yeah,
Votes are added. There's
that
always a plus, plus, plus. But when they show you in the data along the timeline of these votes that there are points at which there are negative votes, like, wait a minute, how does that work out? They
when the
showed
dead people vote, that's a takeaway.
Well, but that proves right there when they're showing you the data. They proved that it was tampered with. There's no way
National
anybody could.
television too. That's
Yeah,
not just a
national
YouTube video.
Yeah,
If you paid attention, you could have seen it the first day. But sorry, but they YouTube for like, it's so weird, man. Because I'm gonna tell you the way the fucking media really works. Don't forget your point. The way the media really works is that they know how to damn like attack certain things and twist it, and used to be it would be gradual, and today it's like so fucking immediate. Like we can cheer for constant state of harassment and terrorism. If you say you haven't seen it and it's not real, you're a lying piece of shit. You saw videos of people getting pulled out of their cars as if it was the 92 fucking riots in LA and getting fucking their heads kicked in and people kicking them. Save the fucking Black Lives Matter shit, because it was not. It's fucking every color on one side attacking a group of people on the other side that is of every fucking color. There is no fucking black or white thing. There is no, it's black people attacking Asians. It's white people attacking black people. It's black people attacking black people, screaming Black Lives Matter at other black people in their black neighborhoods. It was white people beating up other white people because they didn't fucking want to scream Black Lives Matter, and they fucking cheered it on. Chris Cuomo's scumbag ass sat there and fucking, what are these people supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? At some point, this is his words, exact words. Whoever said that protests have to be peaceful? And it's the Constitution, the law. I don't know, you fucking douchebag. Everybody knows that. Protest literally means peacefully. Otherwise, it would be called what it was, a fucking riot or an attack or an act of terrorism. Like, it's when you fucking go through there and you're watching buildings burn. In his background screen, he's like, they're on fire. And he's like, well, they're just trying to get a loaf of bread. But then, when it's the other side goes and actually does something for the most part peaceful. I mean, compared to what they did for literally months on end, almost the whole year, this was as peaceful as it gets. It was lasting 4 hours, 5, 6, even later that night, it was cleaned up. They came in. These motherfuckers in Congress who ran and scurried for their life, which was amazing to watch, came back in shortly thereafter and conducted their business. So this is not something. If that had been a building in, Minnesota, Portland, or any of those places, the Congress they'd have to go away for months and months and months. That shit took place. And so I just rambled a lot. My bad. But yeah, it's constant state of it's okay if we do it, not if you do it. And then it's disgusting.
Well, like Chaz, take a look at Chaz. The Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. Yeah, that whole thing out there, that was disgusting. I mean, they literally took, they seized control, and they didn't let cops in. I mean, they had their own little civilian guards all around, making sure that nobody that wasn't from the area was let in, and they would hardly let people out. I mean, even letting people out was like a huge no. And you had this big warlord that was running the shit, and you had the media. I know. I was laughing at the same thing too.
Yeah,
it's probably some dipshit with neon green hair, or some.
He was a big ass dude, but
fuck that.
If you're on that kind of side, if you support that kind of that shit, then you can't be a real motherfucker. You can't be that fucking badass. I'm sorry. No badass dude would do what they do. Carry on. Sorry. Carry on.
and the media spun it, like oh, it's just people that are upset. You know how many calls the police were getting about women being raped and there were kidnappings going on, and like people were really like capitalizing and just exploiting the situation.
Wilding the fuck
And
out.
yeah, just like everything that it was like complete anarchy. Well, not like it was complete anarchy. Anything that anybody just wanted to do, they were fucking doing, and it was just like the protests that turn into riots. The riots aren't proving anything. They're not accomplishing anything, and neither was the shit that was going on inside of Chaz. The same thing, but the media spun it like it was just it's mostly peaceful. You had one guy standing out there. It's mostly peaceful, and you see fucking cars getting flipped over in the background. It was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. And then he goes and runs off because he's afraid. But it's mostly peaceful though. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Mostly peaceful. Like they're mostly violent as fuck. It's 90. No, let's go. Mostly peaceful. Peaceful would be. I mean, I'm being straight up, and this is based on the media's outlook, and even them who try to pretend it's okay showed enough violence and shit to make the peace the mostful the mostly peaceful side is maybe. I'll be generous and say 3%. I mean, there was nothing peaceful about anything I saw at the Capitol building. What you had was peaceful as fuck compared, and but like I said, that Chris Como douchebag was the video he was showing was people walking with Trump flags and American flags, God forbid, and they were just walking, doing nothing. And he's just losing his shit. Like, it's disgusting. Look at the behavior. And it's like, man, there was some actual behavior that you could have used to make them look bad. But you're going to actually use video of them doing nothing wrong and scream how it's disgusting while you had a background one time that was flamage, just all on fire, at which you were cheering on because they're just trying to get a loaf of bread, man. These people need help.
Now, the one thing that really irritates me about the situation there with that incident at the Capitol is I watched the entire video of Trump's speech from beginning to end before he even walked up to the point where he walked down
right.
to join them. I watched the whole fucking thing. Now, people are saying that he said, he incited violence. He incited a riot. No, he did not. If you pay attention to that, that they're saying that he told them to fight. No. Every single time he said the word fight, and he said it multiple times, he was talking about Giuliani, how he's fighting. He's speaking figuratively. He was talking about how some people in the House, are fighting for this, fighting for that, speaking figuratively. He said that multiple times in the same figurative context. And he also said, we're going to march down there peacefully. He didn't incite a riot. He did not do that. But the media wants you to believe that he is such a disgusting human being that he's going to just tell them to go down there and cause havoc. That isn't what he was doing. He's an American. He loves America.
Fucking stupidity, man. The stupidity behind that. Like when you think about the fact that it's easy. Like I said, they know how we think. They know that. Excuse me. The people that listen on the CNN or really the mainstream media side at all are those people aren't listening to anything else. So when what they manipulate Trump or Bush, or they didn't do it to Obama's punk ass, but like everybody else, they've always been able to manipulate and get what they want out of it. So it's like, but the sick part is those same people that listen to that, they believe it because they're not listening to anything else. And if you ask them, you go, "What, did you watch the actual speech?" Fuck no, I ain't watched that punk ass Trump. I'm like, right, that speech was 42 minutes long. And you went and watched a fucking 8-second clip from CNN that they even chopped that up. Because I'm going to tell you, man, if you listen to any real, I mean, like, they try to take the things he says as his rallies as some sort of like testament of how he acts and what kind of person he is. Those things are fun. They look fun. He's up there talking shit, acting crazy. But his speeches, like his real speeches, his real State of the Union and the Address the Nation, his farewell speech, like they can't even fuck with it. They rarely chop those up because you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing you can really fucking do. Now, with that said, we know that Trump is good at giving them fucking ammunition. I mean, he's really good at it. But they know
He's
people don't listen. They don't listen to the other side. One side listens to both. I listen to both. I listen to every aspect I can get or try to. I'm getting a little bit burned out, but yeah, I listen to everything I can and try to make up my own fucking ideas. But the thing is, man, is most people don't. They are either
see,
even trained by their parents and all this shit to only listen to Fox or only listen to CNN. It's not
but
enough, man. You need outside. You need to think outside the box, the TV box.
and here's the other problem. Once you do convince somebody that they need to look at just more than one outlet, suddenly the left comes along and shuts down everything coming from the right. I mean, everything. They banned Trump from Twitter, from Facebook. They shut down Parler. I mean, all this stuff that they've been doing, that they're silencing people. They're using fact checkers. And now watch this. I hate fact checkers because even if you post something like Chuck Schumer is a pedophile, and you have a picture of him kissing a little girl, fact checkers cannot find anything to disprove that. But what they'll do is they'll still attach a notification to your post that'll say missing content. And it'll say something like, girl in the picture was not 13. She was actually 11.
Reasonable doubt.
Right. She was not 13. She was actually 11, which, okay, that's even worse. But just the fact that the fact checker little attachment is there, anybody who looks at your post now is thinking that your post has been discredited. And that is the problem with the left, is they won't even look to see what it is that they had to say about your post. They just look at it like, oh, so I guess the fact checkers disproved what he said. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They made it look like they did by giving some bullshit information that is completely irrelevant to what you're posting. And that's what they've been doing. And that's why Candace Owens is actually suing Lead Stories, because they're the biggest one for that. Holy crap. You could be talking about the sky was gray today, and they'll say, oh no, missing content. There was a bird in the sky as well.
Yeah, there was a little blue. It was like colonial blue. It
Right.
wasn't really gray. It was more of a chalky sea green foam kind of a meringue.
Right. But see then anybody that sees that post automatically thinks that the sky wasn't fucking gray, because they see your headline on the sky was gray. They see the fucking picture and the sky was gray, but then the fucking fact checker
clearly
shit
not
is there.
gray.
It's clear that they're saying that it wasn't, that there's missing content. Oh, it must be wrong. See, that's the problem with fact checkers.
It wasn't gray. It was dark gray, dumbass.
Right. That's the kind of shit that they fucking pull. And go ahead. I see you.
I just, on the fact checker thing, it's like, that's like I made a post a while back. The independent fact checker is the dumbest phrase since fucking reverse racism. It makes no sense. You can't have an independent fact. That is it's oxymoron almost.
Well, they supposedly have an agency that they have to go through to qualify to be an independent fact checker. But here's the thing. Even in there was a hearing where they were asking Zuckerberg about one particular fact checker, because they're trying to discredit the whole thing. There are people that are trying hard to discredit the whole fact checking crap. One of them was found to be funded by a white supremacist organization. And like that's a big surprise, right?
Seriously?
Right. So, but all the paperwork and the fucking funding, gave them a fucking trail right back to them, and so that they're asking Zuckerberg. You find the video; it's on YouTube, and they're asking Zuckerberg if he feels that that a white supremacist group qualifies as being like an ideal fact checker for Facebook, and he's like, well, we don't actually do the qualifying ourselves. It goes through this agency that, oh, okay, right.
Well,
It's just there's always one thing to every time you catch them on something, they always have some sort of bullshit to throw. Oh, another thing that when Pelosi was talking about the fucking tactics that they use, that was the rap smear. Basically, they make a claim, and then they wait until the news reports what they said. Okay, There's no grounds, no proof, no nothing, but they say it. Then the news reports on it, and then they go in turn and says, "Well, look, the news reported it; it must be true." But the news was only basing it on what you said to begin with no basis, no grounds, no actual proof of anything. But that's a tactic that they fucking use, and they were trying to say that it was a tactic that Trump was using. Now, tell me this: in that situation, how could it be possible for Trump to use that tactic when you need the media's cooperation and support and backing to be able to pull that off? And who has the media been supporting and backing? And the left. They have not been giving that kind of support to Trump. So that tactic would only work for the left. But yet they're trying to say that he was the one using that tactic. Duh.
Like I said, man, the blatant shit, you know what I mean? Like I said, they used to always try to string you along, and now it's almost overnight. Like you watch the shit where it's like I said, the riots were okay, and the next day it's like we need unity. Like you literally didn't want unity the whole time. You didn't want unity. Now you want unity. You spit on the flag. Now you block people out. They can't come see your inauguration, which may or may not even have fucking taken place. Might not even have been on Earth. I don't know at this point. And where all the people stand out there and cheer for you, you knew they wouldn't be there because you got coronavirus blocking people with your bullshit.
And
Nobody would be there any fucking way. And then you fill it full of flags, which you literally wiped your ass with for 5 fucking years, you cocksucker.
And that they said that it was because of the coronavirus. But let me tell you this. When Biden's rallies were called into question as far as like nobody coming to support them,
Rallies.
we're coming to support them. Fact checkers, now back to the fact checkers, they actually said that was false. And it was not an indication of the number of people that supported him, but it was an indication of the type of campaign that he was running. Bullshit. Fuck you, fact checkers, for saying that shit. That's fucking bullshit. And the reason you can tell very fucking plainly that was some fucking bullshit is because if they really weren't trying to get people to come out to their fucking rallies, they wouldn't have been fucking bringing people like Common and fucking what's her fucking face, the singer chick,
Alicia Keys.
Yeah, Alicia Keys, and there was somebody else they tried to fucking get to come to their fucking rallies, but they were using these people, these artists that they knew would appeal to the left to try to bring people out to their rallies, and it still failed. You were offering,
man, I love Jay-Z. I would like to see this. It's Jay-Z, Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, and fucking Jimi Hendrix show, but like I just can't. I would come to it, but I hate Joe that much.
Yeah. I mean,
and Kamala looks like she's going to give me a fucking disease from across the room. Fucking
it's just gonna, the gonosypher herpoclamalitis is just gonna come to me as a fucking cloud, and it penetrate my skin just from way over the level. That's a nasty bitch.
Fuck Kamala Harris. You're a fucking gross, disgusting scumbag. slutty
Trick.
whore bitch. And
Smack
I
twat.
know you'll never see this, but if it ever does come across your fucking fake fucking vice president elect desk
Jezebel.
/ senator / fucking pencil sharpener for dicks, then fuck you. If you ever see it, just know that it's just from the bottom of my motherfucking heart. I want to say fuck you, bitch. I
Our
couldn't
hearts.
be any more rude with it. I couldn't possibly have any more viciousness behind it. Just go to hell, you piece of shit.
I agree. I very, very strongly, wholeheartedly, yes, wholeheartedly agree.
Anybody that's like, go Kamala, we love you, the same exact thing applies to you as well. Fuck you. If you're fucking like really young and you just don't know no better, man, we're like, we'll wait till you have to have a job and give all your tax money to fucking other countries and bombs to bomb those countries with and illegal people and all those things. Then you can have a fucking voice. Everybody should be the same and everybody should just have everything. I'm like, shut your 14-year-old ass up, man. When they start taking your tax money out of your checks and giving it away to somebody that just walked the fuck up and snatched it and said, ah ha ha, fuck you, then you can have an opinion. Until then, you young whippersnappers need to shut the fuck up because Kamala's a fucking whore.
Yeah. I really, really, really can't understand how. What was homeboy's name with the talk show? Tall black dude, bald head.
Montel Williams.
Montel Williams. Yeah, she dated him, and I'm like, Montel,
Who
what are you
did?
doing,
Who we
man?
talking about? Kamala
Montel
Harris?
Williams. Yeah,
But he just, Montel. So Montel was like, come here, let me talk to you and shove something in your mouth.
Montel had some class to him, though. I mean, at least he came across that way. I mean,
I think in real life he was a scumbag, though. Ain't that true? Like something, or either he was really awesome or he's really bad in real life. I couldn't remember what it was.
he always, to me, seemed like a respectable guy. I don't know what he was like, away from the camera. I can't vouch for that, but he at least came off like he was like, a wholesome dude. I respected the way he was on camera.
This is how we do. That's Montel Jordan. I'm
Jordan,
sorry.
yeah, different guy.
Yeah, Williams. I always heard that like he came across as like this super nice guy, but like was an ass even to the audience during the show. Like he would command they do certain things and shit.
Well, and let's check out fucking former mayor Willie Brown.
I mean, come on, dog. If that dude don't have some night train in his back pocket, I don't know.
And she
Willie
was his
Brown? You
mistress.
can't even have that name.
She was literally like his mistress. He was married, bringing Kamala around to events and shit, like just showing her, hey, this is my side piece. And she was cool.
She's South Asian black girl that isn't really either one. Somehow, I don't know. She's fucking weird, and she constantly almost laughs and like has this watery eyes. So she's a fucking devil. You're an awful bitch, Kamala. We hate your guts. We hate you worse than Joe, and that's bad because Joe is just bad, man. He's just. But Joe is like it's not even.
I think he's
not even Joe's fault. He's just a fucking moron. He's fucking. He should have got Jeff Dunham. It could have been the fucking vice president. That way he could just fucking like she's doing.
Yeah.
She's better. She's a better ventriloquist. She does it from across the room like this. What do my eyes behold? I'll get you and your goddamn little fucking guns too, motherfucker.
I don't know how we went from censorship and fucking social media shit to Kamala, but it was a delight to do so.
Sadly, it's the same thing. To jump back on it because we are fucking crazy ahead of the mark here or behind. We've gone too far. There's no turning back. We're doing a fucking 2-hour special now. No, to go back to the fucking the heart of the show is that she is part of the media these days. It's gotten. It was always kind of. You know what? I can't speak on. I don't know. Like, it's hard to say when you watch like the old like 1950s and 60s media. And it's that's just in, and he's got his fucking piece of paper, and it's super fucking. The guy sounds just like everybody else.
Yeah.
And any man in 1961 sounds this way. This just in, 17 airmen have died in a plot to. It's the same voice as the husband that comes home late from work. I'm sorry I'm late, and I'll have dinner after my shower. Like, it's the fucking same guy.
Right.
It was like maybe that was the plan, to make it all just kind of blend together. But either way, to wrap it all up, the thing is that whatever it is, what it evolved to is a huge fucking stranglehold on the information. And when people, every single person don't necessarily deserve to know everything that's going on in the government. It's okay. I mean, we get it. Sometimes it's, you got to kind of not say anything because something in the Men in Black movie that Tommy Lee Jones said, where a person is rational. People are fucking nuts. You can't tell a group of people that aliens are going to be here in 10 minutes. You could tell one person that, and he'll sit on the bed and kind of be like, wow, what am I going to... That's amazing to have this kind of information. But if you tell like 10,000 people in an arena, aliens are going to be here in 10 minutes, half of them are going to die trying to get out of this motherfucking place.
And that...
I don't know why I brought that up.
I'm going to throw one final point in here before we go. It's a sad time in America when our media has more influence and more power and more control over the people and what goes on with the people than our actual appointed leaders do. When our president does so much good for us that he should be praised, but the media turns and demonizes him and turns the entire country against him falsely. What does that tell you about what the media is doing? Nobody that I ever asked can tell me what he did that was so bad, other than Cheeto needs to get out of office or Orange Man bad. Nobody can give me actual facts, and that's because there are none. The media has more power than anybody else in the world, really. In the world. At one point, the U.S. president was the most powerful man in the world. Now it's the media. The U.S. media has more power than anybody else in the world. That's sad. And as they say, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And that's what we're seeing.
Word up, y'all. Drop us some comments. Let us know what you think. If you disagree, that's fine. We can live with that. If you disagree so heavily that you have a lot to say, let us know, man. We'll square away a show, bring you on the air. You can fucking cuss us out and tell us why we're wrong, or
we can handle
everything. Everything we say is facts. There ain't a fucking doubt about it. I don't care what nobody says. Everything we said is exactly true. If you don't believe it, go check out IWTK, Ask Me or Don Grimm, and we'll let you know everything we said is true. Period. We're independent fact checkers, and that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Because the whole independent doesn't suggest that it's an opinion at all. But whatever. Fuck you, bitch, cocksucker, motherfucker. All right, y'all. Peace. Thank you.